Hello everybody, welcome to Grace. Today we are going to dive deep into IELTS Writing Task 2, that means IELTS essay writing. Let's get started with the overview of the writing module. Now the very first thing that we are going to discuss is the time duration. So on the day of exam, you will be given 1 hour. Now in this 1 hour, you will have to finish 2 tasks, out of which your task number 1 can be either letter or a report, and it will depend on which version of IELTS exam you are taking. If you are taking general version, then you will be given a letter writing task. If you are taking academic version, then you will be given a report writing task. Now the task 2 is something that we are diving deep into today, that is your essay writing. And because the main focus today is on essay writing, we'll be talking only about this now. Now, the next pointer over here says word limit. Now, for task 2, which is your essay writing, the minimum word limit, although is 250, it's not recommended to write exactly 250 words. You need to write little more than that, somewhere around 260 to 280 words in order to get a high band score. Task 2 weightage, that means how important task 2 is. Task 2 means essay writing. So essay writing is definitely more important than your task 1 because it contains 66% of the entire writing module. And that is exactly why on the day of exam and even in your mock tests, you should finish your essay writing first and then you should move to your task 1. The marking criteria. This means what exactly the examiners want to see. If you give them exactly what they want to see, you will get the score exactly that you want. So it's very important. It's basically the mantra to score high in the writing module. Now, in the essay writing, the very first thing they want to see is task response. Second is coherence and cohesion. Third is lexical resource. And fourth is grammatical range and accuracy. But what exactly these are? Let's quickly understand. So you will be given a high score on the task response criterion if you have addressed all parts of the information given in the prompt. If you have not addressed all parts, if you have left out on any chunk of the information given in the prompt, then the score goes down. Your task response score also depends on relevance of ideas. So if your ideas are relevant, then you will get a good score. Otherwise, again, the score will be negatively impacted. Second criterion is coherence and cohesion. This means logical flow of information. So it will be seen whether you are jumping from one idea to another abruptly or your ideas are very nicely linked with one another. Your sentences are very nicely linked with one another. So in simple terms, it means that you have to follow a logical structure. There should be no random paragraphing. Plus, there should be appropriate usage of linkers wherever possible. And linkers are words like although, therefore, however, there's a whole list of linkers. So you need to use them aesthetically wherever they are required to keep your ideas and sentences well connected with one another. The third criterion is lexical resource, which in simple terms means nothing but vocabulary. Now, in your essay writing, the language needs to be absolutely formal, and therefore, you will not write anything which is, a short form kind of stuff. For example, if you are writing the word government, you cannot write GOVT, or if you are writing the word number, you cannot write NO. So, and of course, the contractions are also not allowed. So, for example, if you want to write do not, you have to write the whole thing like this. You cannot write don't in the contracted form. It's not recommended. Informal words like etc or kids are also not recommended. Plus, you need to be very careful of your spellings. You can use basic to intermediate level of vocabulary, but use the words correctly with correct spellings. The fourth criterion is grammatical range and accuracy. So, of course, it's a language test. It will be seen whether you have written error-free sentences or not. Plus, so that's your accuracy. Whether you have written error-free sentences or not, that's your accuracy. But what exactly range is? Range means using different kinds of sentence structures. So at least there should be these 4 different kinds of sentences, which are complex sentences, compound sentences, a few passive structures, and then we need a few simple sentences as well. If not a lot of range, then we need at least these 4 kind of sentences in your essays to be able to give you a high score. So this is the overview of the writing module. Now let's see the prompt that we are diving deep into today. So the very first thing over here, step number 1 is analyze the prompt. Understand it very intricately. So let's see what this prompt is saying. It says, in today's world, people spend a lot of money on appearance because they want to look younger. Why is this happening? Do you think this is a positive or negative development? On the day of exam and even on the day of your mock test, please ask yourself these few questions. The very first question over here says, what is the context of the prompt? The context is that people spend a lot of money on their looks. Why exactly? To look younger. That's the context. And then what type of IELTS essay this is? There are various types which you will have to master, and the content that goes in those types varies according to their versions. Now, which type this is? This is our double question. A lot of people also call it as the direct question. So the term is not important, but you need to understand how to deal with this kind of question. Now, in a double question, a random piece of information is given. Like here, the information is related to our appearance. And then related to that question, related to that information, you will be asked 2 questions. Now, question number 1 over here is, why is this happening? That means they are asking the reasons over here. Question number 2 is, do you think this is a positive or negative development? And that brings me to my third question over here. It says, do you need to give your opinion? Very clearly, this question is asking for your opinion. And your opinion, whenever it is asked, is the star of your essay. Your band score depends on your opinion. So please never use that kind of language that, okay, it depends. For some people, it's positive. For others, it's negative. Please never do that. Take one-sided, clear-cut opinion. Now, in this kind of essay, wherein related to the information, you are given 2 prompts. The prompt number 1, the question number 1 will be answered in body paragraph 1. And the question number 2 will be answered in body paragraph 2. We will discuss the entire structure. Don't worry about that. But first, let's come to the final pointer here, which says brainstorm the ideas. Now, we need to brainstorm ideas for both the questions given in the prompt. Question number 1, which is asking for reasons, that why exactly people are so obsessed about their appearance these days, that they want to look young, and as a result of that, they're spending too much money on their looks. What's the reason? Well, a few reasons are coming to my mind. Firstly, I would say it has become easy nowadays to enhance your looks. There are a lot of easy procedures, surgeries, I would say. I would say cosmetic treatments have become easier. They were not there earlier. Now we do have access to them. And because we do have access to them, it encourages us to avail these facilities. Second reason could also be the exposure we get on social media. So we get to see a lot of beautiful celebrities flaunting their looks on social media, but we don't know that all that is edited anyway. So on social media, we get to see a lot of beautiful celebrities exposing or flaunting their looks, I would say. And as a result of that, we sort of want to emulate them. We sort of want to have the same kind of looks that they have. So that in a way, I would say subconsciously impacts us. So that can be 2 reasons. However, if we are having one reason and we are developing it nicely, that would do the trick. Now, question number 2 over here says, do you think this is a positive or negative development? Now, do you think that we can take a partial stand here? We can say, well, to an extent, it's positive. However, there are some negative impacts also. Can we do something like that? No, we can't. Whenever this conjunction or is given, you need to be very careful. Either you can go in this positive direction or you can go in this negative direction. And how will you decide whether to go in positive or negative direction? You will not decide that randomly. First, you will generate ideas and you will see in which direction you have solid ideas, right? So if I think about positive side, I would say, well, there are some positive consequences of this development. People have become very, I would say, careful about their looks. And as a result of that, they try to keep themselves fit. They try to eat healthy. They try to do exercise so that they can maintain their stamina even in old age and look young and in shape. So that is a positive impact. However, if I talk about negative impacts, then there are serious health related consequences of such treatments. There are these kind of surgeries, and when these surgeries go wrong, there are many news stories that all of us have heard, that when these surgeries go wrong, people have lost their lives also. So when it comes to health or losing life, I would say this is a stronger side for me. So I would go with the negative opinion, because I believe my ideas, the ideas which I have generated, are more substantial in the negative direction. So that is why I will not talk about positive side. I will talk about negative side only, and I will take a negative stand. When I give my opinion, I will take a negative stand there. Let's now see how we can write the very first paragraph on this prompt. Right. So the structure, let's first understand the basic structure. In an IELTS essay, these are the 4 bare minimum paragraphs that you would need. There should be an introduction paragraph. There should be minimum of 2 body paragraphs. In some cases, we do write a 3rd body paragraph as well, but usually 2 body paragraphs are sufficient. And then the 4th paragraph needs to be a conclusion paragraph. So no random paragraphing, 4 clear-cut paragraphs are needed. But the question arises that what goes inside these paragraphs, how to write a decent high band score kind of introduction paragraph. Let's see how to do that. So let's first read this introduction paragraph, and then we will discuss how exactly we have written this. So here we are saying, in today's world, a considerable amount of money is dedicated to enhancing one's looks, mainly to appear younger. This trend is largely driven by progress in cosmetic technology. Despite this, I believe that this development has had a profoundly negative impact. Now let's understand how we have written this. So the step-by-step way of writing introduction paragraph is this. The very first statement needs to be paraphrasing statement. But what exactly paraphrasing statement is? Paraphrasing statement means you will rewrite the same information given in the prompt in such a way that meaning remains the same, but language changes. So that means if you see the paraphrasing statement till here, we are saying the same thing which the question is saying, but we have changed the language. Let's see how we have done that. So the question says, in today's world, well, we have also copied this. We are also saying in today's world. However, you can also use phrases like in the modern world, in the present times, in the contemporary times. Those are some phrases that you can use. Now we are saying the question says people spend a lot of money on appearance. How we have paraphrased this information? We are saying a considerable amount of money is dedicated to enhancing one's looks because they want to look younger, and we are saying mainly to appear younger. So we are saying the same thing in our very first statement, which the question is saying, but we have changed the language. And then comes the thesis part. What do you do in thesis? In thesis, you will simply answer what the prompt is asking from you. So the prompt has 2 questions. Question number 1, why is this happening? We are answering this here. We are saying this trend is largely driven by progress in cosmetic technology. So we are giving a reason. Then the question is asking for our opinion, which we are giving here. We are saying, despite this, I believe that this development has had a profoundly negative impact. That means what we are doing in our introduction is, first, we are rewriting the information given in the prompt, And then in a very crisp manner, we are answering these two questions. Remember, in a very crisp manner, we are not elaborating our ideas. In the introduction paragraph, you are not supposed to explain your ideas. You are only supposed to reveal your ideas. You are only supposed to mention your opinion. So justification of that opinion will be done in body paragraphs. Now let's see how we have written the body paragraph on this. The very first body paragraph. Let's first, as usual, read the paragraph and then we will see what we are doing in this paragraph. So we are saying one of the main reasons people heavily invest in their looks is due to significant advancements in cosmetic procedures. The presence of treatments like Botox, as well as other advanced surgeries, has made achieving a youthful appearance easier and less risky. For example, many celebrities and even the general public have altered several of their facial features, like noses or lips, to appear more attractive. This easy availability of such methods encourages many to pursue these treatments to improve their looks and raise the level of their self-confidence. Now, let's understand what we are doing in this paragraph. Now, in a double question essay, the first prompt that you have in the question, the very first question is going to be answered in body para 1, and the second one will be answered in body para 2. Now, we are at body paragraph 1. That is why in this paragraph, we are answering question number 1. We are giving reason that why this is happening. Now, how to write? The very first sentence of your body paragraph is going to be the topic sentence. Topic sentence, what do you mean by topic sentence? It means the main idea. Now look at the first sentence. We are revealing the main idea over here. We are saying because of significant advancement in cosmetic procedures, people are opting for these kind of methods. So the very first sentence has our main reason. And then it's very important. This is the another star of your essay. If you want a high band score, you need to develop your main idea. Develop means you need to explain your main idea. We do not want a list of ideas. Instead, just have 1 or 2 ideas, but explain them nicely. Now, how we are explaining this idea that because of significant advancement in cosmetic procedures, people are opting for these methods, how we are developing it. We are saying that we have these kind of easy methods nowadays like Botox and other advanced surgeries, as a result of which people are able to get youthful appearance without much risk. Once you have developed or explained your idea, we need one example in each of the body paragraph. What is the purpose of example? The purpose is that whatever you are saying, prove it using an example. So we are using this phrase to introduce our example. We are saying, for example, many celebrities and even the general public have altered several of their facial features like noses or lips to appear more attractive. All of us know that this is happening at a very large scale. People are so obsessed with their looks that they don't even bother going under the knife and altering their facial features. So this is working as our example. Now, another sentence after example, this is more explanation. So you need sufficient explanation of your idea. If the sufficient explanation is missing, the band score goes down. So for more explanation, we have added one more sentence. We are saying this easy availability of such methods encourages many to pursue these treatments to improve their looks, excuse me, and raise the level of their self-confidence. So if you see, the entire paragraph has one idea only, but it has been substantially explained. It has been developed nicely with proper reasoning and examples. That is exactly what is needed for a high band score body paragraph for your IELTS exam. Remember, the very first idea needs to be there in the very first statement. Do not write fluff. Do not write the first few sentences as fluff and then you are revealing your main idea in the third sentence. That is not going to be fruitful for you. Now let's see how we have written body paragraph 2. As usual, we are first going to read this paragraph. We are saying here, however, the obsession with looking younger can lead to unhealthy behavior and unrealistic expectations. When individuals become immensely focused on maintaining a youthful appearance, they may feel pressured to undergo multiple cosmetic procedures. Despite being marketed as safe and effective, these procedures carry multiple risks and potential complications. Moreover, the need to appear young can encourage individuals to opt for extreme and frequent surgeries, going beyond what is medically advisable. The repercussions can be serious, including infections, scarring, and even life-threatening conditions. And then we are giving one example. For instance, some social media influencers, driven by the need to maintain a perfect youthful personality for their followers, have unfortunately died due to complications from cosmetic surgeries. Let's simplify and understand the language that we have used here. The very first word is a linker, however. Why we are beginning our body paragraph 2 with however? Because our body paragraph 1 was giving reasons that was sort of positive, that we have a lot of progressions and advancements in cosmetic field. That's why people are opting for such methods. So that had a positive connotation. However, here we are taking a negative stand. We are explaining the negative stand. So when you add positive plus negative, when there is contradiction between two ideas, I would say, however, is the best linker to use, and it is an advanced linker as well. The obsession, I believe most of you know obsession when you are too much fixated on getting something. Obsession with looking younger can lead to unhealthy behavior and unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic means, I mean, they are impractical. They probably cannot be achieved. That's unrealistic. When people become immensely means deeply, very, very focused on maintaining a youthful appearance, they may feel pressured to undergo multiple cosmetic procedures. Despite is again working as an advanced linker here. We are saying despite being marketed as safe and effective, what we are saying here is, although these techniques are marketed as safe and effective, they do have multiple risks and potential complications. Potential means solid and complications means problems. They do have solid problems. Moreover is another linker because we are going in the same direction. We are developing our idea in the same direction. That's why we are using moreover here. The need, moreover, the need to appear young can encourage individuals to opt for. To opt for means to select, to choose extreme and frequent surgeries going beyond what is medically advisable. Going beyond is a beautiful phrase. It means going beyond means, whatever is medically advisable, you are just ignoring that and increasing the limit. If it's advisable to, let's say, you can go under the knife twice, you are not bothered and you are going under the knife 5 times. That's how you use going beyond. The repercussions, beautiful word. This means result. The repercussions can be serious, including infections, scarring. What is scarring? Scarring means when you get marks on your body, including infections, scarring, and even life-threatening conditions. What's life-threatening? Somebody or something which can cost you your life. That's life-threatening. For instance, now if you notice in body paragraph 1, the phrase that we had used was, for example. Now we don't want to repeat that phrase, so we are using for instance here. For instance, some social media influencers. Influencers are people who are very popular on social media, who have huge fan following, who have good number of followers. Those people are known as influencers. So some social media influencers driven by the need. Beautiful phrase. It means because of their need. Driven by the need means because of their need to maintain a perfect youthful personality for their followers, have unfortunately died due to complications, means problems from cosmetic surgeries. So that was simplification of the language. Now let's understand what we have done over here. We have, as we decided, we have taken a negative stand. In our thesis, in the introduction also, we had a strong negative stand, and that's exactly what we are explaining here. And as usual, the very first sentence is topic sentence, which contains our main idea. So we are justifying that, okay, we are against this. In my opinion, this is negative. But why negative? Because of this. This is my main idea, because it promotes unrealistic expectations, which are not practical. And then in the entire paragraph, I am explaining that why unrealistic, that people feel pressured to undergo multiple cosmetic surgeries. And what happens as a result? There are potential health complications. There are multiple risks. Even though they market these techniques as safe and effective, there are still many complications. Moreover, the need to appear young can encourage individuals to opt for extreme and frequent surgeries. That means over and over, they keep on going under surgeries, going beyond what is medically advisable. What happens as a result? They may face life-threatening conditions. And then we are proving it by giving an example that there have been such unfortunate incidents, and they have been reported in news, where these influencers have died in a very young age because of such surgeries, such cosmetic surgeries, which just are unnecessary. So that's the whole purpose of Body Para 2, wherein we are just explaining why we are in the negative, why we are taking a negative stand. Now let's move to conclusion and see how you are supposed to write the conclusion paragraph. And here you go. As usual, let's read the conclusion paragraph. We are saying, in conclusion, while the desire to look younger by spending money on appearance is understandable, given modern advancements, in my opinion, it has negative consequences with regard to health, which cannot be ignored. Now, how would you write conclusion paragraph? Well, in conclusion, you would summarize your body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2 idea. But remember, you will summarize. Summarize means you will write these ideas once again in short, plus you will change the language, because we don't want repetitive language. As much as possible for you, change the language. And yes, if the opinion is being asked in the prompt, it's immensely vital to restate your opinion. And that's exactly we are doing here. So we are saying in conclusion, while the desire to look younger by spending money on appearance is understandable, given modern advancements, this is coming from our body para 1, that modern advancements like progression in cosmetic field. In my opinion, I am giving my opinion also here, and I'm wrapping up my body para 2 idea also. In my opinion, it has severe negative consequences with regards to health, which cannot be ignored. As usual, we are summarizing body para 2 idea, which was about health repercussions. Now, let's see the entire essay once and understand and see how does it look in its entirety. And here you go. All right, let's read the question first, and then we'll read all the paragraphs. We'll see if there are any difficult words for you to simplify. Now, the question over here says, in today's world, people spend a lot of money on appearance because they want to look younger. Why is this happening? Do you think this is a positive or negative development? The very first paragraph, in today's world, a considerable amount of money is dedicated to enhancing one's looks, mainly to appear younger. This trend is largely driven by is again a beautiful word that you can use in place of because. You can say, so we want, in simple language, we would say this trend is because of the progress in cosmetic technology. In place of using because of, we are saying this trend is largely driven by progress in cosmetic technology. Despite this, I believe that this development has had a profoundly negative impact. Profoundly is a synonym of extremely. That means deeply or even very. These are some words that can be used in place of profoundly. Now, body paragraph 1, we are saying one of the main reasons. Remember one thing, whenever you use this phrase, one of the noun that comes after it needs to be plural. You will not say one of the main reason. You will say one of the main reasons people heavily invest in their looks is due to significant advancement in cosmetic procedures. The presence of treatments like Botox as well as advanced surgeries has made achieving a youthful appearance easier and less risky. For example, many celebrities and even the general public have altered. Altered means they have changed several of their features, facial features like noses or lips to appear more attractive. This easy availability of such methods encourages means it promotes many to pursue these treatments to improve their looks and raise the level of their self-confidence. If you see here, I am not saying that this easy availability of such methods encourages many people to pursue these treatments. So I have not written the word people because people is one word that we keep on repeating way too often. So without people also, this is completely accurate sentence, and this is resulting in cutting down the repetition of the word people. That's important to understand. Now, body paragraph 2. However, the obsession with looking younger can lead to unhealthy behavior and unrealistic expectations. When individuals becoming immensely focused on maintaining a youthful appearance, they may feel pressured to undergo multiple cosmetic procedures. Despite being marketed as safe and effective, these procedures carry various risks and potential complications, means problems. Moreover, the need to appear young can encourage individuals to opt for extreme and frequent surgeries, going beyond what is medically advisable. The repercussions can be serious, including infections, scarring, and even life-threatening conditions. For instance, some social media influencers, driven by the need to maintain a perfect youthful image for their followers, have unfortunately died due to complications from cosmetic surgeries. What do you mean by unfortunately? It means sadly. Now, the last paragraph, that is our conclusion paragraph. We are saying, in conclusion, while the desire to look younger by spending money on appearance is understandable, given modern advancements, in my opinion, it has severe negative consequences with regard to health, which cannot be ignored. And that is the end of this video. If you like this, hit the like and subscribe button for more of such content.